Hi everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop, and today it is all about Noro. Welcome to my shopcast. I'm here on a Sunday afternoon sitting in front of one of my Noro walls here, and I have the outtakes Trunkshow, which are 8 garments that are featured in this season's Outtake magazine. So we will be going over those today. I did a little bit last week, but we're going to delve in a little bit deeper. But before I do that, I have some other things that I want to talk about, like the Noro cowl that I have here, the waffle weave. I want to talk about Silk Garden. I want to talk about Silk Garden sock. Yeah, this just all kind of happened today. So get your pencils and paper and something to drink, because we're gonna be dishing. I'm gonna be dishing all about Noro today. So one of my absolute favorite yarns is Silk Garden, Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo, which is a gorgeous semi-solid colorways that go with your Silk Garden. Now I'm gonna be probably hopping around a little bit because there's so much information I need to tell you. So first off, I have this basket of gorgeous, that's all Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo. And these are just, we're celebrating, or I'm celebrating, all the Silk Garden are the colors that are featured in Nikki Epstein's, what's it called? I can't think of the word. Her blanket that she's doing the knit along. It starts with an A, the alchemy of colors. So this is this year's knit along, and it features the Silk Garden colors. And I have to say, Nikki outdid herself choosing just the perfect colorways to put together for her knit along, which began this past Saturday. So if you're interested in it, the first square, or I should say triangles, are featured in the Noro 25 magazine, which is out right now. I do have these in stock, and I will have these all in the notes at the end, along with all the links of everything that I'll be talking about. So I was very excited about this blanket because, first of all, I love to do stitchery. Love knit and purl patterns, and I love color work as well, but certain kinds of color work, and this totally appeals to me. So what Nikki did was she chose 3 different color options, and option 1, which is what is featured in the magazine, is this square right here. Now it's referred to as triangles in the magazine, and I have to show you because I could not wait. I got right in on doing the knitting. Now I've done, these are kind of like referred to as counter paints, and I've done these before. And what you do is you start at one corner and you work your way to the other corner. Well, Nikki kind of turned that around a little bit with such great results. So I want to show you my first square. I decided to choose, so colorway, let me just back up just a little bit. So colorway option number 1 are beautiful deep jewel tones. And let me get the right colors here. This one and this one. So we have the beautiful jewel purples and fuchsia and turquoises, as well as beautiful purple and teal solo colors. So that's for option 1. And then option 2 are blues, and that is, where's the blue? Blue, our blue multi, which is color number 208. And then we have a beautiful turquoise, and then color 1, the always elusive Silk Garden color 1, whether you're looking for it in Silk Garden sock or Silk Garden Solo. This is like the #1 color that always sells out quickly. So I'm always stocking up on it. So those are the blues. So that's color option 2. And then I chose to work with color option 3, which are the warmer colors. And so we have this beautiful, warm kind of autumny colors. And what's the third color? Gold. Here we go. And I don't normally work with these colors, but they were just, I'm finding I'm more and more intrigued with colors that are outside what used to be my comfort zone. So, okay, so this is what I did. And I put them, I put one, so what you do is you start with one triangle. And actually what I want to do is I want to do the triangles in all the different color options so that you can see them together. So I've begun doing that. So here is the color number 1. And so you start at this corner, you work your way to the widest point. And then what you do is that triangle, you set it to the side. Then you start your other triangle. Now there's in this particular square, there's 2 different patterns. One has the leaves. You can see those right there. And then the other one has this really pretty wrapped stitch pattern right here. So you get 2 of those and 2 of the leaf patterns. So I started with the leaves. And this was my first, I can do it this way. So this was my first triangle that I did. Okay, there you go. My first triangle. Then this was my second triangle. Isn't it beautiful? Let me do it this way. Isn't it lovely? So then what I did was you do a 3-needle bind off. And also I should tell you, if you want to participate in the knit along, you can go on Ravelry and look up why can't I remember the name of, I want to say Anarchy. It's certainly not Anarchy. An alchemy, an alchemy of stitches, and you'll find it on Ravelry. It's free. You just need to purchase your yarns, and every 2 months there'll be a new pattern download, so you can get your patterns right off of Ravelry. But the first pattern is available in the new Noro 25, and it's in graph form, and it's also written out, so whatever makes you happy, you've got it. So anyway, there's also a knit along and a video. So if on YouTube, you can go, I'm sure there's a link on Ravelry, click on it, take you right to the YouTube where Nikki will talk to you about the square. And then there's somebody else that is showing how to do, I don't remember now whether she was showing the stitch, but she was definitely, I saw the bind off, the 3-needle bind off. I kind of went through it quickly. I need to sit down and really watch the whole thing, but from what I could see, it was very, very nicely done. Well, anyway, I did my 3-needle bind off because I couldn't wait. So here we go. Look at that. So there's my square. I hope you can see it really nicely. But isn't that pretty? So anyway, I have a number of people. Now, it hasn't been blocked yet, so it's a little wonky because this is kind of like on the bias when it's put together like this. Now, I got the idea that it is a pricey blanket. It's certainly gorgeous. And it's certainly something that you could, just get the colors and work away at it. But I also wanted to offer a pillow version of this. So originally my idea was to take 4 of these squares, put them together, and you'd have a really large pillow. So like me, all right, my gauge is I'm getting a little bit bigger gauge than what the pattern's calling for. And I have a feeling that, so I'm going to try to get it down a little bit. But I know that this is probably, there's going to be a certain amount of give on this. When I block it, it'll probably block out even bigger. But I was thinking that's not such a bad thing, because this actually measures I think your square is supposed to measure, well, the finished square is supposed to measure 20 inches. Now I'm getting more like I'm probably going to get more like 22 by the time I'm done. And I know this is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do your gauge. So do not listen to me. So you want to do your gauge. I actually was kind of getting the gauge, but as I start to knit, I get happy. And now this project made me so happy that I just start knitting looser and looser. So I have to kind of rein myself in. So I will rein myself in. But I'm thinking, if you block, it just looks like it's so, when I stretch it out just a little bit, it's perfect. Yeah, one end wants to go up a little bit. But if I blocked it out just a little bit, this will make a 20-inch, what am I talking about here? 20-inch, I had it all figured out because I was going to order some pillow forms. But I'm thinking, no, 12, that's what I'm thinking, right, 12-inch. I know it's a small pillow, but if you made a series of them and you had them all on your sofa, I think that would be so pretty. So, because I think I'd be happy with a bunch of small ones as opposed to one really large one. Or you could have one really large one, then a series of little ones. That would be great. But anyway, no matter how you how you decide to do it, I am going to make a small pillow just because. But I'm thinking what I'll do is, for this particular pillow, I'll do the multicolor again, but this time the back of it I will do the red, so it'll be the opposite way, so they're totally reversible. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But this is such happy knitting. I'm having such a good time doing this. You know, when you're in your place, when you're in your happy knitting place, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that is what I'm talking about right now. So I'm planning on offering options for big pillow, small pillows. I even had this crazy thought. If you added maybe some garter stitch to the bottom, I have to think about this a little bit. But yeah, if you put something on the bottom, maybe a little bit on the top to give it more of a rectangular look, you could make this into a bag too. Yeah, so anyway, I got things swirling around in my head, but who knows? I might end up like doing a small lap size blanket of this, because you could also, oh, I just had a thought. Because the pattern is calling for your okay, so your blocks are that big, so they're basically, two of these will make one square, and what they're doing is 2 blocks across. I think that's what they're doing anyway. But I just got the thought, why do you have to have them squares? You could add an additional, all right, I got stuff whirling around in my brain, so I need to work that out. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's just so beautiful, and I cannot wait to do the other colorways as well. So also, to give you an idea, if you haven't been watching already, so actually this cowl that I'm wearing right now, my waffle weave cowl, because I decided I am celebrating all of Nikki's colors. Because the new Noro yarn, the 2 new Noro yarns have not come in yet that I was planning on using for my cowl. And as soon as those come in, I have made samples with the 2 sample balls that I have, but that's as far as I can go. But rather than make you all wait, I said, let's do it with Silk Garden. And now these colors are just like taking off because I have a couple other ideas as well. But anyway, this is my cowl in the colors right now that I'm working with. And this is striped with the 3 colors. okay? And I also did a cowl with the blues, which is option 2, these. And okay, so that's this. And this is up on the website. So those are the blues. And then I also did another one in option 1 where I just did one color, the one multicolor. And you could order that, or you can also, so it's a little bit more intense, or you can get it with the 3, with one multi and then the 2 other colors that it comes with. So that's my celebration of the colors here. But I came up with another one, and I think I probably should hold off on that one. Let me get this all organized first. So okay, so I was talking about this. So I have to get my pillow form, and then hopefully next week we will have a finished pillow. And then I'm also thinking what I want to do is, I love an I-cord border, so I'm probably going to do a nice little I-cord border. When I block this out, it's going to be like a 12-inch pillow. And then I'll put the I-cord border, and then I'll do some kind of finishing that'll have buttons on the bottom with the I-cord for loops, so it can close and open, and you can wash this nice and easily without having to open up the pillow. Yes, that's what we're going to do, and no zippers, okay? I know a lot of people are allergic to putting zippers in, so we won't bother with zippers. So anyway, so excited about this. Now, I should just go back and talk about this. So, what I normally do when Noro comes out with their new magazine, I do a trunk show. And then I like to do a Noro yarn tasting. Well, I've been doing it for like, I don't know, 5-6 years now the same way. We're going to do a little change up. So this year, what I did, and I always like to do some kind of little project. So this year I said, okay, we're not going to do as many yarns. So this year I'm just featuring the Silk Garden or the 2 new Noro yarns. And then the project is my cowl. And I call this my Noro Waffle Weave Sample It cowl. And so in the pack, what you get is, and there's 3 different colorways. And I want to thank Lorraine for her picture that she so nicely shared with me and is allowing me to share with you. It's the picture when you first come to the YouTube here. You'll see it just looks like so inviting to, it just made me feel really good about my project. But there's 3 choices here. So guess what? This is the warm version, the blue version, and then the version 1 with the bright colors. So you get your tote bag, you get your magazine, you get your pattern that has both the cowl and a mitt pattern. I was trying to find my mitt, cannot find it anywhere. But anyway, it's just a simple mitt. There is a thumb option in there for you as well. And then also you get a 10% coupon. There's a coupon code, which is good for the Noro magazine projects and yarns and the outtakes projects and yarns. So when you place an order, you put your coupon code in and you will get 10% off of your projects that are in those 2 magazines. Nothing else, just those, but that's definitely a nice thing. And then also you get your 3 yarns that are for your project. You can also order a 2-ball option, which will give you the 2 multis if you like that, or if you want to do any other kind of combination, just give me a call or drop a line, and I'm happy to do it, however you would like to get it. So anyway, so that is that. These are all ready to go. Now that I have all the yarns, I got a little nervous. Oh, I meant to grab those. In typical Ginger fashion, this is what I did. So 87, last time they did the knit along, there were colors that were not available, and created some heart palpitations, but that's okay. This year we've got all the colors. However, when I went to go reorder again for color 87, they were out of stock, which I started to panic about. Because the cowl took off so great, then I wouldn't have enough for people that might want blankets. Anyway, magically, they're back in stock. It was only out of stock for a few days, so it was like, wow, that is just totally amazing. So anyway, I put in an order. A back order for this color, and it's some of the solids. And then I called a few days. I called like the next week. I needed something else, and was asking about this, and they said, oh, it should be coming in very soon. So I said, you know what? Add a couple more. I forgot how many I ordered the first time. I am swimming in this color, but that's okay because it's such a gorgeous color, and I will have plenty. I do not have to worry about running out. But I also came up with, so I've got this cowl, we've got the blanket, we've got the pillows, but there's another project. There's another gorgeous project that somebody, actually a customer ordered it, which reminded me of this project that I had forgotten about. A couple years ago, I was putting together kits for the Starburst cowl. Is that not beautiful? So I'm not sure that background color is still available, but that's okay. So I put together a colorway, which is now discontinued, but I found a few more because I took it down off the website. This person ordered this colorway, and I said I better take it down before anybody else orders more. But then I found more. But this colorway, I called it Starry Starry Night because that's what it reminds me of. Isn't that beautiful? So I only have enough for 2 more kits. So I'll put that back on the website. So if you love that, I would get it before it's gone. Otherwise, I've got a brilliant idea. Starry Starry Night, that cowl, the Starburst cowl, will be offered in Nikki's colorways. So we have this color combo. We have this color combo, or this color combo, or what else do I have? The warm colors. You could do this color combo, because this is your background color, or you can do, I also have this pretty pumpkin color. I could do that. I didn't put it up on the website, but if you like that, I could do that as well. And then the gold, which I think is so pretty. So we're all about Nikki's 3 color options right now. We need to go with it because the colors are just so beautiful. And we have the colors. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. It's just so stressful when you know the colors, you see them, everybody loves them, and they're not available. So this is a wonderful thing. So okay, so we got through all that. So the Starburst cowl, this cowl, the waffle weave, and then oh yes, and then the other cowl, which I've started, but I haven't gotten too far. It's in the magazine. I put this up. This was in the newsletter, and this was called. It's so easy. This is a great beginner's project, and again, it's celebrating 3 of these colors plus the pumpkin, and there you go. So it's just 3 different stitches, and it's just so pretty and just so perfect for the autumn. The colors are truly beautiful, but again, there you go. They're the colors used for the for these color options here for the blanket. So it's this, the purple, the red, and teal, right? Still want to get it in the wrong. No red. purple. No, I did purple. I feel like I'm missing. No, it must be the red then. Let me look. I'm getting myself so confused with all these different colorways because you could, well, she picked the perfect ones. Red, purple, teal, and yes, I got it right. So all those colors there. Aren't they beautiful? Ooh, I love this together. I love them. I love them all together. I think they're just so rich and beautiful. So anyway, so I'm offering this colorway. And I think I was planning on doing something else, but you know, this is just so perfect. I don't really think, I mean, I could probably make a few changes, maybe if I wanted to, and I might. And I might. Or we could throw, somebody wants a brighter color, we could do that. Because they all work together nicely. But that is kind of like the perfect one. Okay, so we've got 3 great projects in Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo. So very excited about that. And this will give you such a great opportunity to knit with this yarn. And I cannot say enough for some of you, and I've been doing my best to let people know this, that once upon a time, Silk Garden was very scratchy and the colors were fantastic, and that's why Noro took off like it did. But there was a lot to be desired as far as softness, and with everybody really wanting their yarns to be softer, and they should be pleasant to work with, because even back in the day when I loved Silk Garden, and I think it was more for color, because I remember thinking to myself, it's like string. It's like it was very thick and thin, and just did not feel that pleasant to work with. But now the yarn is it blooms so beautifully, and it already feels so soft even before you wash it. And then when you wash it, it just blooms. The silk is a better quality. The wool, everything about it is just so much nicer. And of course the colors are still absolutely gorgeous. But I want to show you one sweater that, yeah, this is Silk Garden. And I'll tell you, it has the loftiness of Curion, which is 100% wool, yet it feels fabulous. So this is one of the new sweaters in the Noro Outtakes magazine, and I had to look at the label on it, where is it, to see it said Silk Garden, because it does not, I still just can't get over how much improved the yarn is. It feels like a next to your skin, unless you're really sensitive, but it feels that nice. So I'm going to go over these, but I just wanted to show you that. I mean, there's actually a nice silk halo. Well, actually, it's mohair that's giving it the halo. But the mohair, the older the mohair, the animal is, it's a mohair Angora goat. The older they get, the more the less soft that it is. So just by using older, material from older animals, your mohair is just not as soft as like a kid mohair. But this just feels, the mohair is definitely beautiful on this. It really feels fabulous. And that I can say for all of the Noro yarns. They're all just so gorgeous. So let me just check my notes here, because I just want to see how far afield I got. Okay, there's my Silk Garden. Hi. I need somebody that kind of wants to come in, but I didn't lock the door. And I think she can see that I'm doing this right now, so hopefully she won't be coming in. I'm always happy for people to come in, but not right now. Oh, where's my notes? I had them. Did I drop them? Okay, so while I'm looking for my notes that I actually wrote but do not know where they are. Okay, don't know. But okay, so I did want to also talk about the Silk Garden. And then I had a little thing that I wanted to say about my pattern with the directions, just to clarify, because I had somebody call me the other day and they were on the right track, and I should probably really clear that up a little bit. But okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to show you the Silk Garden sock, because that is also featured in the magazine as well. And so when I was going through my Silk Garden sock, I'm like, wow, I have a lot of Silk Garden sock. I have a lot of colors. I'm trying to find trying to find my notes. Because I really need my notes. All right, well, anyway, here's the basket of a lot of the colors that I have. And there's some solids that I might not have in here. But what they've done is they have Silk Garden sock, which is the multicolor, like the regular Silk Garden. And then there is Silk Garden, well, that's considered Silk Garden. But then they also have, all right, they have their Silk Garden Solo. Okay. And this is considered Silk Garden Solo, even though there are a lot of other colors in there. And this is color number 1, which is the one that is like finding hen's teeth sometimes. And then there is this one. No? That's so funny. I don't have a tweed. All right, they also have what they call a tweed. Now, this doesn't have a T after it, but maybe I just don't have tweed. No, okay, it has a T at the beginning. Okay, this is considered tweed. Not sure why the other one isn't, but it has lots of little tweedy bits in there. And then, oops, sorry. Nope, those are all Silk Garden. All right, so I don't, there's a bunch of new tweed colors that are coming in that we're waiting for. I want to show you a color. I did not check. I have a feeling that this color is discontinued because I have this one squirreled away. It's not on the shelves. It feels so fabulous. But look at this colorway. I think that is incredibly beautiful. It's so elegant. I'm not a brown person, but between the gray that's in there, I think it's an amazing color. So yes, I'm putting that back. I'm not putting it back in the basket. I'm putting it on my desk so I can go and squirrel it away again, because I do want to make something out of it. Actually, I do want to show you one thing that is featured in this magazine that does use, and I believe it's the colors I have, page 9, in Silk Garden sock. And, and good news too. I am on schedule to get the Noro 25 Trunkshow for Thanksgiving weekend, and I will have it the following week as well. So I just need to look at a calendar to see when I will be doing the online Trunkshow. I will have the garments that week, and I'll have them in the shop, but that weekend I'll have them in the shop on display for people to come in, and I'll have kitted projects for the yarns I do have in stock. A lot of these a lot of the colors haven't arrived. Fingers crossed that they will be coming in very soon. And of course the 2 new yarns, which is on the cover. This has been so far the most popular pre-order, and it's so popular I went and reordered more yarn just to make sure, because I don't want to come in and say, oh, I still don't have enough. So I ordered more so that I can, if anybody wants to get more, I have it. I will be ready the minute that it comes in the door. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of maneuvering around here. It's not like just place an order and then when it'll show up when it shows up. We need to make sure that we plan everything so everything is time. It's like when you're baking or cooking. You need everything prepped first so you can all put it together and bake it. Yeah. Sometimes we have half of our prep and the other half, the rest of it's not here yet. And we can't start baking yet, so, or cooking. What was I looking for? Oh, here, they're there. I just wanted to check and see if this color, if I'm thinking I have the colors. Oh, and that one I didn't grab. Oh, here, I'm sorry. I thought I grabbed this one. Okay. This one here, is this a tweed? I think it is. No. See, I thought it was this color. But we could certainly use that color for like this. There you go. The cowl. So this is done in Silk Garden. It takes 2 balls, one of your multi, and one of your, it's a tweedy color. It's a tweedy. T16. Probably something I have to look around. Maybe I do have that. But anyway, I was thinking it was the other one, but that is so pretty. And I'm thinking, boy, I would really love to use that yarn I just threw on the desk with this. That's what I'm thinking I'd like to do. Yeah. My next project. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. And I still can't believe I can't find my notes. All right. I'm going to find them someplace weird. They fell somewhere. All right, well, I'm just going to keep hoping I figure it out. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? Okay, I also wanted to mention, let me look at this maybe. And here I was so worried that with my notes, because I kept adding and adding stuff. Oh, see, I just remembered one other thing I wanted to say. I was like, I can't even read my notes, let alone find my notes. But one of the other things, let me say it while I'm thinking about it. For those of you that follow Arnie and Carlos, they have a stocking knit along. They did it last year, and I participated as long as I could. It was fun, and then I got too busy and I couldn't finish. But here I am. I have the yarn on order, and it's expected in this week. I have the red, but I don't have the white and the green, and I don't even know where mine is from the other stocking, so I can't even start. But for those of you, some of you have ordered, and I know you're patiently waiting. But for those of you that maybe are searching for some, I will have some in hopefully next week. That's when I was told that it was expected. So I'll let you know about that. But anyway, I can't wait for the yarn to come in because I want to get started on that, because that was fun to do. Every day you get a new clue. It's free to do it. And then I think after the knit along is done, they plan to have it done by the end of November. This way it gives you some breathing room for December, which is a smart idea. I lost my train of thought. Kids outside screaming we have a kids play around the corner that kids just flock there. They have such a good time there. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, story of my life. Okay, so what did I want to talk about? Oh, so I just did want to mention one thing about, before I get into the actual trunk show, was my pattern. And I did take a peek around. So you know how popular we all used to do the garter edging before, and I always found that kind of less than satisfactory. On some projects it worked okay. My Madara Lacy cowl, it's fine for that. It lays flat. But I'm finding that I really like the I-cord. You know, the knit in I-cord. It just makes so much sense. It helps keep it flat, gives you a nice edge. If you have yarns that you're carrying, you've got a nice easy place to tuck those ends in that you don't see them, and it's easier to weave them in that way, because that's what I did last night with this cowl. So anyway, this is the same cowl, but I wanted to say something to show you. So this is the shape. It's just it's knit flat in the waffle weave, But what I do, and I was looking on different people's patterns that I've purchased, and because this was the question I was asked, because you always, like at the beginning, when you're slipping your stitch, you knit across on the right side, and you have your I cord on both sides, so you knit across, and then when you get to the last three, you slip those last three purlwise. And yes, if it doesn't say how to slip it, it's generally recognized that you do it purlwise, just so that you know. And then what they do though, before you slip the stitches purlwise, is you take your yarn and you put it to the front, slip your stitches purlwise, turn your work, and then you're going to pull that yarn across the back and purl across the back of your work or whatever your pattern stitch is. But you're going to purl across those first three stitches. I don't do that. And I don't think it's wrong what I'm doing, because I've actually had people say they kind of like what I'm doing here. But I was trying to find if anybody else is doing it this way. What I do is I'm taking my yarn, and instead of leaving it in the front and pulling it across and then purling across the back, I put it to the back. So then when I go to purl, I pull my yarn across the front of those first three slipped stitches, and then I just purl them, and then finish my row to my last three purl stitches, slip the stitches with the yarn in the back, turn, and then that yarn gets pulled. And I hope this is not totally confusing you. But I'm just thinking out loud here, because what happens is, and I don't know if you can see it, by my putting my yarn in the back and then having the yarn pull across the front to purl across, I know it feels a little awkward, but I'm so used to doing it. What it does though, it gives you, you can see, it gives you a nice little corded edge, and they both match on both sides of your wrong side. Yet you still, in the front, you still have a corded edge, okay, on both sides. So I guess it's a matter, as long as you do the same thing the same way, either your stitches, pull your yarn to the front at the end all the time, or to the back all the time, it doesn't matter, as long as you are always consistent and do it the same way. It's just, I am explaining to you that in case somebody is confused about what you do with those three stitches, you pull the yarn across them and then purl those slip stitches and then continue. Maybe there's another way of explaining that or doing it. I was thinking about it. I don't see that anybody else is doing it that way. So if you don't like it that way, then do it your way with the yarn in the front. If I'm totally confused you, give me a call and we can chat about it. Okay? But anyway, I just wanted to just mention that, because it did have me kind of curious last night as to, am I doing something really crazy wrong? I don't want to say it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's just a different way. Okay? So, okay, now we'll clear that all up. Put this away. Now I can actually do my 3-needle bind off, sew it together, and that piece is finally going to be done. That was just a real kind of scrappy version, one of those the Barocco yarn tasting kits that I did this in. So that was fun. And I want to make sure, I was so disappointed last night. Went home last night and realized I left, well, my knitting was here in the shop because I had so much shipping to get to the post office. I didn't have any empty hands. So I had no knitting last night. I had nothing to do. Yeah. No, except for my bind off. No, I'm sorry. That was the night before. No, I did have knitting last night. The night before. Okay, so now let's just get to the 8 garment trunk show that I have here. We'll be able to whip right through this, but I do want to go through that with you. So this is the Noro Outtakes magazine, which is available online. And as I said, you get the 10% discount on these garments. Love, isn't that a sweet little sweater on the cover? That yarn is, I think it's one of the new ones, but we'll go in order. No, we'll go in order. So you already saw the Silk Garden sweater, Suzame. I never know how to pronounce these, but anyway, cute little pullover with these really sweet little cables done in Silk Garden, and sizing on these. Now, this is the thing, and I've had this discussion before. The garments that are featured in the Noro Outtakes are not they are a little larger right now, but they generally tend to be not very generously sized. So I'm just telling you that right up front. So this goes from size 39.5, and I'm sorry, I'm getting stuffed up here. My allergies are just going wild on me. So 39.5 up to 49. And it takes between 8 to 10 balls of Silk Garden. And this is done on a size 7 and 8 needle. And what else can I tell you about it? Silk Garden, color number 543, which is a new color, which we are waiting for. But isn't that pretty? Cables on the back as well. Sleeves just have a little, no cuff or anything. Little bit of ribbing at the bottom here. And I always love a nice little rolled neck. Really cute. And let me just check something. It's a raglan sleeve, but it's worked from the bottom up. But just a sweet little pullover. Yeah, I really like this a lot. And let me show it to you on the model. There you go. Okay, and if you have any questions at all about anything that I'm saying, didn't cover, just email me or put notes below and I will answer, because I do take a look. Okay, our next one is a vest. There's a few vests in here. Here we go. And this is in Tasagari, which was a new yarn that was featured last fall. Just a very simple, very, very, very open, really deep armholes, very sloped shoulders on it, very soft, squishy. And this takes between 2 to 3 balls of Tasagari. This was number 22, which is a new color. And size 8 needle. Sizes, it goes finished 42 to a finished 55. So a little more generous. It's also very, very givey too. And I just want to see the stitching that they're doing. This is one of those fisherman's rib where you knit and this is stitched below. So super simple. Wear it over anything. Look cute. Nice generous neck on it. And here it is on the model. There you go. Okay, and then the cover sweater, which I think is just, it's on the mannequin behind me. Take her off. Sorry. Here. There we go. Okay, here we go. This has been getting a lot of oohs and ahs, but isn't that pretty? I love the bottom. Such a pretty lace pattern. Very, very simple one. Drop shoulder sweater. Love the little detail at the cuff. And then I love how they do the button band where it rolls. So this one here, let me show it to you on the model. It's really, look at how pretty it is on her. Look how pretty. And again, this is a new color in, it's in Ritau, color 7. It's one of the new yarns. And actually, I should tell you about that yarn. It's a worsted weight yarn, 361 yards in a ball. Comes in one of those cakes, and it is 70% wool, 15%, can't read my writing, mohair, and 15% silk. That was a pleasure to work with when I did the cowl with it. Such a pleasure. It felt great. Um, yeah, so that's it. It has a nice soft hand to it, but so pretty. And this is, I'd love to be wearing this one. It's very chilly here in the shop. Um, I was hoping that if I didn't turn the heat on, it would make me get out of here faster. I don't think it's working. Uh, so it takes 3 to 4 balls of color 7, but we also, that's another thing too. I mean, I love this, and it would be nice to do it in this new yarn, but it's a worsted weight yarn. There's any number of Noro yarns that this would be beautiful in, any number. So we could always, if you love this sweater, we could always figure out another yarn to use. If you're in a hurry, you want to get started on it, or just want to, maybe you've got some yarn in your collection that you would like to use. So number 4 yarn. So it goes sizes 41.5 up to 54. Super cute. Alrighty, and that's called, I'm sorry, not giving you the names, Kaori, I believe is the name, and done on a 6 and 7 needle. Okay. I love the patterns that are in these little booklets. I just think they're great. Okay, then we have a Suka. And I love this one because this is done in the Silk Garden sock. It is just the cutest little pullover. Love the little detail at the bottom, the little detail at the cuff. I always love a nice wide ribbing and nice generous neckline. And this is done in Silk Garden sock tweed, and it's color number 32. And I wanted to check something because I think that they are doing something which I know they've done, Noro has done with other colors, but I've really noticed it a lot this season, is I think they're starting to, and I need to check because maybe I'm just noticing this now. No, okay, I'm wrong on that. But look at this color. It does look pretty similar, right? But it's not one of the tweed colors. This is color 82. See, I was thinking maybe it was like 32, but not tweed. So never mind for that idea. But look at that. Just not tweedy. So I have this. If you love this, but you can live without the tweed. We do have this pretty color. But then I also have lots of other colors as well. So, but this is a Suka. It's so nice and soft. Again, this is like the Silk Garden. You wash it, it blooms, and it feels just beautiful. Now here it is on the model. She is. And this sweater goes from size 37 up to 57. You know, because it's a nice rectangle. It's easier to grade it, I guess. And this only takes 3 to 4 balls of Silk Garden tweed. So you get lots of knitting pleasure and such a pretty sweater. And again, this is a drop shoulder sweater, so super easy. Anything else about this? Size 5 and 6 needle. Yeah. Very simple. No charts or anything. It's just written out. Okay. And then this is a really pretty sweater. And actually, I have somebody making it, but they're doing it in a much lighter color. This is, it's Saku. Now, this is done in Hanui cotton, which is a cotton and, oh, no, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to say that. It's done in Malvinus, which is this yarn right here, which is 100%, make sure, 100% wool. and it's a really nice value for what you're getting in here. It is 330 yards, 7 to 8 needle US, or an 8 to 10 in metric, and gauge wise it's kind of like all over the place. They're saying between 4.5 to, it's I made something, I was knitting something, and I always find it was kind of really thick and thin, so you kind of have to find that mid place for it, but also it blooms very nicely too, so it's kind of a wide range in gauge for this yarn. But anyway, so this is done in Malvinus, in this very, it's like a brown black. There's a lot of black in here, so it does make for a very interesting color. But you can also see how, I think this is getting in the way of the light here, but you can see, yeah, there you go, kind of. You can see the thick and thin on that. But the thing that I love, again, the deep ribbing, but the sleeve, I just feel like a lighter color, you would really see the sleeve better. I just kind of wish they had done this in a lighter color. But I love that lacy cable that they did, and it just, let me do this, it just gets lost in this color. And they do have some pretty light colors. See? I'm trying to do this so you can see it. There you go. But I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I do love the color. It's not like I don't. I just feel like it's just too bad that it's so dark. Okay, so anyway, and let's see, did I say size on this? I think I got off on that tangent. Okay, so that 7 and 8 needle, and you're using between 3 to 4 balls of yarn, and size wise we're going from 39 up to a 51 inch across. Okay, so that's that sweater, and here it is on the model. You can see the detail there, the sunlight hitting the sweater. Okay, thank goodness they did. Okay, because one of the last magazines that they did this on the dark and you could not read it. So at least they used white print on this. I know it sounds like a stupid little thing, but everybody was saying I can't read it. So anyway, that's good. So they must have gotten some flack about that. Okay, then we have Yasu, which is another vest, and this is done in Madara, which is a lovely wool alpaca blend, and it's like an Aran weight. And again, this is one of those kind of slopey shoulders, drop shoulder, very loose, and a beautiful little checkerboard pattern on the back and the front. You know, you could just throw this over anything. It would be really adorable. And Madara is just so pretty in that tweedy yarn. So very nice. So this is 40 inches wide by 52, and takes four skeins of yarn. This happens to be color number 30. Currently, I'm hoping some gets in stock really soon. I don't have too much in stock, and there's a lot of colors on back order. Color number 1, again, that kind of off-white cream with lots of tweedy colors, that I have a bunch of. Some of that pinky colorway, but not very much of anything else. And this is done on a 6 and 7. Okay. And I think I showed on the model. And let's see. Okay, again, another Silk Garden sock. This is color 540, which I don't have in yet. It's a new color. This has probably been the most people have shown the most interest in. I do have somebody making this right now in in that cream color, very, very neutral. Because there it is. Isn't that cute? Very, very swingy, kind of trapeze style. But what's really great is it's broken up in the center, so you don't get, you know, big stripes going across. So I think it's really nice that it breaks up like that. Love the roll neck. I love that it's a nice, wide, shallow scoop, and no edging. And then again, no edging on the bottom either. I think it's really cute, and it feels really great. And this takes between 5 to 6 skeins of yarn. Let's look at the measurements on this. Okay. Where's our finished measurements? They did this one different than they did the others. Okay, 38 up to 50. Yeah, this is a great, and here it is. You can see it on the model. This is a great shape that would probably look good on anybody. It is. And this one is called Megumi, but it's so pretty. But, you know, pick your color. I mean, this is a very pretty color. I mean, I don't know too many people that wouldn't look nice on. Okay, put that up there. And then our last piece, Izumi, and another cute little vest. Here we go. Deep armholes. This is done in Hanui cotton. This is a brand new color, and this is color 224. And very interesting stitch. It's almost like a basket weave with a moving cable. So very different. Really, really cute. It goes all the way down to the bottom pretty much. Little ribbing around the, yeah, and they don't really even do, the pattern works all the way up to the neck. So there's no actual ribbing. It's the actual pattern, and it's nice and wide. So this is, takes 2 to 3 balls of Hanui cotton. It's done on a 5 or 6 needle, and measurements are 40 to 53 inches. Yeah, they're getting a little better on the sizing, but very cute. It feels really, really nice. The Hanui cotton is just, the wool is beautiful and the cotton feels lovely. So very cute. Okay, so that is the end of our outtakes trunk show, and that's it, I think. So what else did I want to say? One last thing. I can't believe I'm doing this whole thing. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna figure out where my notes went to, and I'm gonna find something in there that I really wanted to say, and I didn't. But I think so far I'm doing pretty well. All right, I just remembered one other thing. Wednesday midnight, Wednesday the 6th, this coming week, or whenever you're watching here, is the last chance to order chiclet ornaments. I will be starting to ship hopefully mid-end next week, this coming week. We're going to start shipping. It's my hope to get, we're going to do it in waves because it's going to take a little while to do it. But anyway, I'm very excited about it, and I just hope that you're going to be enjoying them as much as I did creating them. So that's going to happen, and then after Wednesday, as of Thursday, the 7th, the kits will no longer, you won't be able to purchase the kits, 6s and 12s. I will, fingers crossed, this is my plan, that once we start doing the actual Advent part, December 1st, that if there are some kit that I will have individual kits to offer. So that's how I will finish up with that. But the actual Advent calendars, that we've got to put an end to it at some point, and it will be midnight Wednesday night. So if you haven't and you really still would like to participate in it, the details are all up on the website. So check it out. But by Wednesday midnight, that's it. That's it. And then we'll be doing something just different after that. So okay, that's your chance. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to get myself out of here, make some dinner for my hubby, and get this put to bed for you so you can all watch it. And I will be seeing you again very, very soon. And I just remembered one other thing that I wanted to say. I hate this. I knew there was something else. Yeah, I need to say it. Because when I was talking about the kits for this cowl, that they're ready to go if you want to order a kit. What I wanted to do is, I saw a lot of you have started doing your cowls. I thought about it and I said, it would be really, really nice to do I was gonna do a knit along, but it's in lieu of a knit along, I'm gonna have like a little contest. I'm gonna do a drawing. So I want you to share your pictures with me, and just know that if you don't want me to share a picture, let me know. Otherwise, I would like to be able to share the picture of your cowl on Facebook, or maybe somehow here in my newsletter, and then we'll have a drawing. Everybody that puts in the picture of their cowls, will get put in for a drawing for this cowl, but done up in Silk Garden sock instead. So I'm going to offer the Silk Garden Solo, this cowl in Silk Garden sock weight. So you'll get the pattern for that, and your choice of colorway in the kit that I'm going to put up. Okay, I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't thought about colors yet, but we will. That's what I'll be doing. So as you're knitting your cowl, keep that in mind. If you've already gotten your cowls knit, or send them to me as you. If you're doing more than one, it'd probably be smart just to send them to me all at once, because you can email it to me. I'm trying to think about this really fast. Didn't think this through. Because what happens is I get it from all places. I get it from Facebook, Messenger, email. And I have to make sure I make one big file for everything. So it might be better. I could probably find it better if you email it to me. That would be great. Email me a picture of your finished cowl. If you're modeling it, that would be even better. If not, your favorite pal can do it. I've had people have their dogs model theirs, so that's an option. But anyway, so don't forget about doing that. I would love for you to participate. I would love for somebody to be a winner of the new pattern and the new kit for that. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, I'm getting out of here. Have a good rest of your week, and I will see you really, really soon next week. Take care. Bye-bye. I think somebody just had an accident out on the bar, out there. Uh-oh. Bye.